many of us, many a times, can succumb to these pressures. So we have today with us one of the mind management expert, Dr. Bhushan Kumar Upadhyay. So welcome sir. I would just introduce, he is going to be the trainer for next 2 sessions for us. He is a retired IPS. He was Commissioner of Police at Nagpur. He was Director General and Police and Commander General of Home Guards and Director Civil Defence Maharashtra. He has served at various places as being critical regions like Latur, Chandrapur, Jalgaon, Nagpur. And let me tell you, this Chandrapur belt is known Maharashtra Urdu Academy Award, Kovalyananda Yoga Award. Besides that, he is an author on books like Mind Management, The Great Mind Managers of World, Sarve Bhavantu Sukhina, Hindi, English, and all 3 versions are there. Mahabhashya or Dhvani Vichar, and all this got multiple things. So you can see how multifaceted this man has been in spite of being in a police services. He has served the highest cadre in our Maharashtra state. He still, and he also conducts various mind management workshops for these police academies across the country multiple times. So we decided for you people that he is the right person who would be guiding us through this. Everyone, stress is inevitable in today's world. How to deal with it, how to deal with both the stress at workplace as well as emotional intelligence and all those things. So without much ado, I would now hand over the screen to Dr. Anaga, who is the moderator. She will welcome all the chairpersons, and then we will have initially what we will do is, we'll play Sir Upadhyay sir as well as Harbansh Lal sir. We have collected the videos, 1 minute pre-recorded videos from the participants. What was their most stressful moment in the workplace? So we'll be showing that particular thing. And after that, sir, we will be handing over the whole mic and the podium to Upadhyay sir. He will be helping us out from those examples how in the next 1.5 hours. So this is the welcome back to the stress management. Thank you, Dr. Deepak, for being with us. Okay. Anaga, please. You can first invite all the chairperson, co-chairperson, and then there is already there. Yeah, right. So we have to do our.
So very good morning to all of you, and we are going to have a lovely session today, and the chairperson is none other than our past president, Dr. Harbansh Lal sir. Very warm welcome to you, sir.
We need to learn. He is a past president, but he was ahead of most of us today.
Yes, absolutely. And the co-chairpersons are Dr. Partha Vishwas sir, who will be joining us soon, and Dr. Prashant. And we have our panelists also who will be joining us soon, Dr. Satyajit Sinha, Dr. Amit Porwal, Dr. Harshul Tak, and Dr. Piyush Bansal. And our ARC team, as usual, Dr. Kasturi ma'am, Dr. Deepak, and myself, Dr. Anaga. So let's start. The first speaker would be Dr. V. Devi Priya.
No, the thing is, this is a pre-recorded video. Then
Okay.
we'll just go. All the participants' pre-recorded video is here. Sir, shall I, with your permission?
Yes.
So this is a pre-recorded video for all of us. Just see how everyone has shared their stress moments. We have compiled it together, and then after hearing to all this, sir will initiate his part.
Sound.
Workplace or in a professional career. I still remember the day as if it were yesterday. It was a declared holiday, and I had a patient posted for tropical FACO. The other OT, another senior assistant was operating on a systemically ill patient. So all the staffs were attending there. Since we were lean staff that day, there was only the junior most sister staff available to assist me in the OT. The thing was, the tropical FACO patient became restless and not cooperative. She became a bit agitated. And at the same time, the sister was not trained enough to assist properly. I had to ask for everything twice, from capsulorhexis 26 gauge thing, then for the FACO Pro, it was not attached properly to the FACO tubings and all. So every step I had to be cautious, at the same time managing the patient as well as the sister, guiding her to take everything and give it to me properly during that time. Literally, the stress I felt inside while operating was unexplainable at that moment.
The most stressful moment at the workplace was around 12 to 14 years back, when I had to explain the chance of mortality to a patient's parents. It was a trauma case wherein there was a huge foreign body piece of a cricket bat poking out of the orbit. We don't know the extent, whether it had gone intracranially through the eye or what. So that was probably my most emotionally draining and stressful event at the workplace. As ophthalmologists, we are used to explaining about morbidity, but explaining about mortality was a new challenge for me, and I don't think that after that time I had to explain mortality to a parent after that either. So that was my most stressful moment in my career. Thank you.
स्ट्रेसफुल मोमेंट्स इन माय प्रोफेशनल करियर, फर्स्ट इज जब मेरा हॉस्पिटल मैं खोल रहा था तब परमिशन के लिए CDO आए थे, पहली बार रिजेक्ट कर दिए थे। दूसरी बार जब आए थे वो रिजेक्ट करेंगे या एक्सेप्ट करेंगे, क्या करेंगे, तो वो एक था स्ट्रेसफुल मोमेंट। सेकेंड जो कि सबसे ज़्यादा स्ट्रेस गया था, मैं अपना खुद का हॉस्पिटल अभी 1.5 साल में शुरू किया, बैक टू बैक 2 दिन के अंदर 2 केस में इंसिडेंट हुआ। आई वॉज नॉट एक्सपेक्टिंग that was a simple case, so it was very stressful, IOP high, then one case went into task because of latent viscoelastic. It took a longer time of ending, like 2 weeks, 3 weeks, then to counsel the patient, to follow up the patient. And another case was a young lady with one eye went very fine surgery, other eye somehow incident happened. Those 2 PCRs are very stressful for me. So I talked to my seniors regarding this. They said, it's okay, it's fine. You manage it well, it can happen to any surgeon. Own setup, it is very difficult to manage those 2 cases when they are expecting much.
I'm Dr. Rakshi. I have been allocated the topic stressful moment present workplace. So after shifting to my new working place, I struggled a lot initially with fluctuating timing of hospital schedule. Unlike my previous job, where I had a fixed OPD days, OP days, lunch breaks, and regular hours, here my schedule was quite fluctuating. I have morning OPD, then OP, again OP. So most of the time the patient's arrival at the hospital exceeds my whole day. This fluctuating timings took a toll on me. So many times my lunch gets delayed till 4 p.m. or 5 p.m. in the evening. See here, retina surgeons like they get surgery, patient will come in the morning, they will get operated, and they will pass up the day. So even I have plans opening morning 11 p.m. start usually like 1:30, 2 p.m. in the afternoon, because everything depends when the patient will reach to hospitals and the portal issues and the approval issues. So I felt very overwhelmed and extremely stressful because I couldn't cope up. Should I take my OPD first? Should I finish my lunch first? And didn't understand how to handle all these things. And it was stressful for initial 3 to 4 months. But I didn't give up actually. I sought the help from the counselor. I sat with the OD staff, discussed with my mentor, and came to know I wanted a very practical coordination. But still, we found a way where I could streamline my schedule, prioritize my tasks, and could handle my stress. So today, as a practical position, I look at the equal to handle my stress. I learned to channel my stress, my schedule, and prioritize them.
Hi, I'm Dr. Parthana, and my topic was stress management in my practice. So basically the main stress which I got in my starting of career, which was like to decide to sit with my father or have my own clinic. Because everyone was thinking like that second generation ophthalmologist will definitely be with his father only. But I wanted to make my own name, make my own centers. So that's why I decided to make my own center, and then when I came here to Nethralaya, so in starting point, like in first 2 or 3 months, I didn't get any surgical cases, and that was the most stressful time that whether I decided the right thing or wrong. But slowly I gained my confidence, slowly I understood the things which things I was doing wrong and right. I took opinion of my father, I took opinion of my teachers, and then slowly I started building up, and now I have my own 4 centers. Thank you.
Hi everyone. One of the PK patients once developed a supracortical hemorrhage. We went for a second opinion and the other doctor placed the blame on me. The patient with his whole family came back and started shouting in the waiting area. This was a very stressful moment for me as I thought me and my hospital's name was on stake. My hospital was just 6 months into its practice and I was trying hard to build something. What if they involve the press? What if they post something on the social media? These thoughts made it one of the most stressful moments I have ever felt at my workplace. Thank you.
So my topic is stressful moment at my workplace. Though there are many instances, but there is one particular incident which I would like to share with you. So this was my first case of premium IOL. So the surgery was completely uneventful with a post-op tier 1 vision of 6 day and a happy patient. But the patient developed acute pain, diminution of vision to 2/60 and with raised IOP, condyloma, huge amount of cells in clear the next day. So the patient in the party was very angry, as you can imagine, and started having trust issues for getting operated by such a young doctor. So I please understand, but I stayed calm and started her treatment as a toxic anti-segment syndrome. And it took 3 weeks for everything to settle down, including their anger. So I thank them for having patience and the Almighty for making everything good. Thank you.
In every surgeon's career, there are moments that push us to our limits, both mentally and emotionally. It was a situation that demanded not just my skills, but also calm under immense pressure. Let me take you through that challenging experience which became a pivotal lesson in my professional journey. This unmarried lady who had restrictive strabismus, cataract and secondary glaucoma underwent cataract surgery and nagging suprachoroidal hemorrhage. The patient's relatives made a lot of problems, though I have explained the pros and cons of surgery and what has happened. This case has given me sleepless nights for almost a month. Through this case, I have learned a lot, not only how to manage the case, but how to be calm under those circumstances. Thank you.
Hello, I am Dr. Samira, area surgeon from Kerala. I will share the most stressful event that has tested my skill and mental calmness. During a complex ear surgery in 2019 on a young gentleman with 300-degree giant retinal tear, grade 2 PVR and MAC hole. I had flattened the retina, done an inverse ILM flap, and I was about to close the case, but unfortunately, my OT staff has mismanaged with the suction settings and the retina got pre-detached and the flap was lost. I was totally shocked. I have lost my calmness, I have bursted into tears, but somehow I took control of the situation and I completed the case. But this moment has taught me that how you have to stay calm under pressure. And it's not only the technical skill, but a surgeon needs a mental resilience as well. Unforeseen adversities do happen in such high-stake surgeries, and you should be vigilant and proactive, and teamwork is very important. This I have learned and I'm still learning. Thank you for giving me an opportunity to share this.
Hi, I'm Dr. Sabir Sengupta. My stressful moment during work is when a patient arrives and is not happy with the outcome that they have achieved. What I generally do is try to not react impulsively. I take a deep breath, slow it down, both myself and my heart rate, and try to align the patient's emotions and expectations with reality, which is science-backed. I have also realized that addressing the situation emotionally is far more important than addressing it scientifically. So in summary, I slow down myself as well as the patient and try to align their expectations and focus on what has to be done in the future to improve outcomes and not dwell on the past that has already gone by. Thank you so much.
So a very big thank you to each one of them and a very big round of applause to to all our young leaders, because it's not easy to share your bad experiences. Everybody wants to share their victories, the good moments in life, but it's very difficult to share these. So a big round of applause to all of them. They say that for a good surgeon, you should have a heart of a lion, eyes of an eagle, and the hands of a lady, but no offense to the males here. So I had a poem on this. दूर बड़ी मंजिल है तो क्या, दूर बड़ी मंजिल है तो क्या, नजर नहीं साहिल भी तो क्या, मन में जब विश्वास भरा हो राहें कितनी मुश्किल तो क्या, हार से हार न मानेंगे, साहस ही रीत हमारी है, बस हौसला टूटे ना अब, इसी में जीत हमारी है. So I feel stress. Before we invite the guest speaker today, stress, yes, as Dr. Prashant sir said, is inevitable. As surgeons, we are going to find stress in not only in the workplace, but as human beings, even at home and in every place. So the most important thing is we need to not only be sound in our body, but also in our mind. Need to be strong, not only by exercise, but also meditation, and keep our mind very, very strong and be calm in those situations. Love what you do and do what you love. And definitely at the end, all of us need to be very, very, persistent and perseverance, because quitters don't win and winners don't quit. So with these words, I'd like to invite our chief guest speaker for the day, Dr. Upadhyay sir. Please.
I am audible?
Yes.
Good morning to everybody. Honorable friends on the dais, and I am very grateful to Prashant and your society to invite me here and share my views on a very important topic, that is stress management and how we can cope up with the stress. Really, I am a policeman, and I have spent 34 years in police department. I have worked as superintendent of police in 4 districts, continuous for 10 years. I was police commissioner in 2 cities, Solapur, Nagpur. I was joint commissioner of police traffic in Mumbai. You know how traffic of Mumbai is important. Therefore, how I was able to cope up with the stress of the police life? By the grace of God, I am retired and still I have no problem, no health problem, no medication. Even today I can jog 7 to 8 kilometers per day. So it is not automatic. ऐसे नहीं हुआ है. गरीब होने के लिए कुछ नहीं करना पड़ता. गरीब आप ऐसे हो जाते हो. But in order to be rich, you have to make efforts. In order to be healthy, you have to make efforts. In order to be healthy, you have not to make any efforts. तो अगर आप healthy होना चाहते हैं, if you want to be rich in body, in mind, in emotions, we have to make some efforts. And the beauty of the thing is that if you make efforts, we get the result. And managing a stress is nothing but just to learn some skills. You are a doctor, you have learned the skill. Suppose that he is a videographer, he has learned the skill of videography. Suppose that somebody is a driver, he has learned the skill of driving. If somebody is a painter, he has learned the skill of painting. Similarly, coping with the stress is nothing but learning some skills. I am sharing this experience from my own life. I am not telling something theoretical. Our session will go for about 1.5 hours. We will discuss all those things, theories, practices, all those things. But it is my experience that if you give only 10 minutes per day, only 10 minutes, you will be able to clean up your mind of the stress. This is my experience, and we will share all those practices here. And all those practices are very easy. You can do at your home, you can do in your offices, and even while traveling you can do. तो सबसे पहले आते हैं वीडियो पे. हमने वीडियो देखा यहाँ पे और वो आई थिंक 8 to 9 वीडियोज वर देयर. तो आई विल नॉट डिस्कस ईच एंड एवरी वीडियो सेपरेटली, लेकिन ये जो वीडियो है 8 to 9 वीडियोज, इसमें मैंने 5 टाइप्स क्लासिफाई किए. We can make 5 types of problems and stresses. One type is where some cases went wrong. Surgery went wrong, procedure went wrong. It is not because of the fault of the doctor. There are so many circumstances. As one friend has shared that because of some of their staff, something went wrong with that child. And that is a very stressful moment. It happens in everybody's life, in every profession. Suppose that we are dealing with a crowd as a policeman and suddenly a stone comes. And policemen lose the control, they start lathi charge, they start firing. It has happened in our life. When I was SP Jalgaon, there was one encroachment drive where some slums and other things were being removed. Suddenly 2-3 stones were thrown and one policeman lost his control and he fired and 3% died. So such things will happen everywhere, in every profession it can happen. So some of the videos are related to this type of problems where something went wrong inadvertently. And the second is, it is mostly with doctors and policemen, the abusive and unparliamentary language by the patient or his relatives. As it was mentioned by some of the participants, and we as a policeman, we have to face it frequently. When you are facing a crowd, you have to face the choicest abuses. The third is the mismatch between personal and professional life. It was also mentioned by one of the, because daughter is not well, some family member is demanding something, you have to go to hospital, you have to operate. So there is a mismatch and imbalance between professional and your personal life. On so many occasions, my daughter was waiting for her birthday wishes from me and I was not able to make, because some serious problem had in the district. We were not able to make attendance at so many important marriages of our relatives. So we have to, that is a problem, and it happens with doctors also. Because anytime at midnight they may receive a call, they have to go. They can't do anything. So some of the videos relate to it. And some videos are related to some adverse situations and conditions where you are working. Sometimes the ecosystem of your workplace is not good. That also causes lots of stress and very stressful moments. So I think these are the 4-5 points which cover the contents of the entire video. And some of the participants have given the answers also to this. That is the beauty of the presentation. Some of the participants had dealt with their gullible moments, and some of the participants have suggested some solution also. One participant was telling that when I face such problems, I slow down my breathing. I slow down myself, and I find that everything is fine, I am calm, cool, and I am able to deal with the situation. I think one participant has mentioned a very important technical word also which we will deal, mental resilience. You have mentioned, good. It is not only to have technical knowledge, you should have mental resilience. Therefore, actually I am not needed here. Your friends have given the solutions. One has given the solution of soothing breathing, calming down oneself, and I think Shamira has given the solution. We have to maintain mental resilience. Therefore, how these things will be achieved, I will try to share with you. I will start with one anecdote. एक डिस्ट्रिक्ट में एसपी साहब थे, and that day something bad had happened in the district. Therefore he was very stressful. तो ऑफिस में आया, बैठे कुर्सी पे. So it is the tradition that when the senior officer comes, the reader or steno comes to him and tells, sir, these are the telephones which have come for you. These are the visitors which have come to meet you. Now SP was in a stressful situation because when you are in a stress, your emotions hijack your intelligence. When you are emotionally gullible, you are not able to think rationally. Your rational mind shuts down. As per neuroscience, if there is a clash between emotions and intelligence, intelligence fails. Emotions overpower it. Therefore, you are not able to think clearly, you are not able to think rationally, you are not able to decide what is wrong and what is right. फिर आपका मन जब शांत होता है, when you are calm and cool, आपको क्या लगता है? I should not have done it. Sorry. Why? You are the same person. At one time you were so furious, you are not able to use proper words, and when you are calm down, you are telling, I have committed the mistake, I should not tell like that. It is because as per neuroscience, when you are calm and cool, your intelligence is active, and when you are angry, when you are in fear, your emotions are so strong, therefore you are not able to act properly. तो अब एसपी साहब वहां बैठे थे, उनको स्टेनो ने दे दिया फोन और सब चीज. एसपी became very furious because he was emotionally very disturbed, और डांटा उसको. You don't understand, I have just come, I have not taken the tea, I am not comfortable, and you are bombarding myself with all these papers. ये जो स्ट्रेस होता है, ये जो तनाव होता है, it has two features. The first feature is, it is transferable. Suppose that if I am under stress, I will transfer it. What is road rages? What is the psychological cause of road rages? If road rage takes place and somebody is killed, about 3 months back, one lady was killed by one person in Delhi in road rage. There is no personal enmity between those two persons. Why it is happening? It is happening because at the time that man is in a very agitated mood. There is traffic, he has to reach his home, so many things. And when it happens, because of anger, because of fear, because of other emotions, you commit the things which are not expected. And he transfers his stress to other person by hitting some person, by abusing some person. What is abuse? Abuse is transferring my anger to somebody through words. If it becomes stronger, then I hit that person. Therefore, hitting some person is nothing but transferring my stress which is in my mind to some person through physical act. अगर गाली भी नहीं दिया, मारा भी नहीं, तो आंख ऐसे दिखाया. This gesture is also transferring my stress to somebody. तो क्या हुआ, एसपी साहब ने अपने स्टेनो को डांट दिया. तो अब एसपी साहब के स्ट्रेस किसके पास आ गया? किसके पास आ गया? स्टेनो के पास. नाउ ही हैज आल्सो टू ट्रांसफर द स्टेट. अच्छा, दूसरी बात क्या है कि स्ट्रेस का एक तो फीचर हो गया ट्रांसफरेबल. द सेकंड फीचर इज इट इज ऑलवेज डाउनवर्ड. डाउनवर्ड मींस यू विल release your stress only on your subordinates, not your bosses. This is second feature. It is transferable but downward. तो स्टेनो को स्ट्रेस हो गया, he has to transfer it, he has to release it. उसने खोजना शुरू किया किस, तो देखा कि ऑफिस का जो प्यून है चपरासी, he is quite junior to him. उसको बुलाया, come here, you are dishonest in your, you don't do your work properly, you don't do proper cleaning, I will report to you and I will get your salary stock. अब वो बेचारा चपरासी ऑफिस का प्यून, छोटा आदमी, अब उसको स्ट्रेस हो गया. Now nobody is subordinate to a peon in the office. He is the last man. तो कहाँ पे स्ट्रेस फील करेगा? घर पे everybody knows. He goes to his house और अपनी पत्नी से, वाइफ से बोला, मेरा नसीब फूटा, तुमसे शादी हो गई मेरी. अब wife told that, what you are telling, man? I prepared so tasty food, I sent to you on WhatsApp, you sent to, गुलाब का फूल भी मुझको भेजा दोपहर में, और अभी तुमको क्या हो गया? अब now that lady has also to release the stress. कहाँ पे रिलीज करेगी? बच्चों पे करेगी. The child had just come from the school. After taking food, he was watching the TV. जाके उसको चाटा लगा दिया. बच्चा बोला, mother, what I have done? Why you have slapped me? अब बच्चे को स्ट्रेस हो गया. He has also to release stress because that is the natural cycle. बच्चा घर से निकला. He took one stone in his hand, and one dog was sitting under a tree. He went and hit the dog. अब देखो एसपी साहब का स्ट्रेस कहां तक आ गया? कुत्ते तक आ गया. Now he has also to release the stress because he has the animal. एक आदमी साइकिल पे जा रहा था, कुत्ते ने जाके उसको काट लिया. और नेक्स्ट डे उस शहर के हर एक न्यूज़पेपर में बहुत बड़े बड़े अक्षर में न्यूज आया कि एसपी साहब को कुत्ते ने काटा. तो जिसका स्ट्रेस उसके पास. साइंस सेज दैट एवरीथिंग मूव्स इन सर्कल. अगर आपने किसी को गाली दिया तो गाली आपके पास भी आने वाली. अगर आपने किसी के साथ अच्छा बिहेव किया तो दैट बिहेवियर इज आल्सो कम टू यू. अगर आपने बहुत हार्ड वर्क किया तो आपका अच्छा रिजल्ट मिलेगा. इफ यू आर डिसऑनेस्ट, dishonesty will be to you. Earlier it used to be a religious slogan, but in my police life and in sociology also I have found that as you behave so you get, as you sow so you reap. तो एक थोड़ा सा एक एनेक्डोट हुआ कि कैसे स्ट्रेस ट्रांसफर होता है और कैसे स्ट्रेस जाता है. तो मैं आपको सबसे स्ट्रेस का पहला प्रिंसिपल बताता हूं. मैडम ने बोला है कि स्ट्रेस इज इनेविटेबल. किसी को भी मुकम्मिल जहां नहीं मिलता. किसी को भी मुकम्मिल जहां नहीं मिलता. किसी को जमीन तो किसी को आसमान नहीं मिलता. Nobody is perfect in this world. No profession is perfect in the world. If somebody gets earth, he does not get the sky. If somebody gets the sky, he does not get the earth. Therefore, we have to accept imperfection in our life. We have to accept that there may be problems in the life. We have to accept that a stress is bound to come. हमको we have to learn how to deal with it. अगर आपको कोई बोलता है कि मैं आपके लाइफ से स्ट्रेस खत्म कर दूंगा, मैं आपके लाइफ से प्रॉब्लम खत्म कर दूंगा, मैं आपको बहुत धनी बना दूंगा, बिना मेहनत किए मैं आपके लाइफ में मायरिकल कर दूंगा, I think he is telling the lie. Problems are there to remain. Stress is there to remain. Challenges are going to happen. ये हमारे लाइफ में रहने वाले हैं. हमको उसको कैसे डील करने सीखना है. Suppose that there is a snake charmer. How he catches the snake? अभी सर्प मित्र हैं, snake friends, because now you can't kill the serp, it is a criminal offense. So if there is a snake, you call the serp mitra, you call the snake friend. Even cobra, full grown cobra is caught by the person safely and left in the forest. How he can do it? He learned the skill. Therefore, a stress is bound to be there. We have to learn the skill, as I told earlier, to face it. Now, there is a very beautiful Urdu couplet. समंदर सारे शराब होते तो न जाने क्या बवाल होता. ये शराब इतना कम है तो इतना बवाल होता है. और समंदर सारे शराब होते तो न जाने क्या बवाल होता. हकीकत सारे ख्वाब होते तो न जाने क्या बवाल होता. There are so many ideas in our mind. There are so many dreams in our mind. And suppose that if all the dreams are fulfilled, what will happen? I think we can't live the life. There are so many endless desires. समंदर सारे शराब होते तो न जाने क्या बवाल होता, हकीकत सारे ख्वाब होते तो न जाने क्या क्या बवाल होता. लोगों को दिलों में क्या है खुदा ही जाने. What is inside our heart or mind, it is known to God only. अगर मालूम हो जाए तो बड़ा गड़बड़ हो जाएगा. किसके मन में क्या है? If suppose that if everything is known, then life will become very difficult. लोगों के दिलों में क्या है तो खुदा ही जाने. दिल अगर बेनकाब होते तो न जाने क्या बवाल होता. अगर हमारे दिल में, हमारे माइंड में, हमारे हार्ट में जो चीजें हैं, सपोज दैट इट इज नोन टू एवरीबॉडी, we can't move on a step also because so many things are there which can't say. मैं तो चुप रहा, लोग ही बोलते रहे. मैं तो चुप रहा, लोग ही बोलते रहे. अगर हम भी बोलते होते तो जाने क्या बवाल होता. हम तो बुरे न थे, लेकिन बुरे रहे लोगों की नजरों में. अनपार्लियामेंट्री लैंग्वेज बाय पेशेंट और बाय क्राउड. हम तो बुरे न थे, लेकिन बुरे रहे लोगों की नजरों में. अगर हम भी बुरे होते तो न जाने क्या बवाल. तो these are the different dimensions of the challenges of our life. And wherever you see, you will find that some sort of stress or some sort of challenge is there. Now, these are the backgrounds through which I have introduced you. Now, you all are very distinguished persons, doctors. You know everything, anatomy, physiology of the body. I will just remind you, and I will connect to the topic of the stress through this. You know, it is known to you, I will just mentioning it just to refresh your memory, that there are 9 systems in our body which are working in our body, roughly, because I am not a medical doctor, but just I have picked up it. The first is muscular system, everybody knows, a skeletal system, respiratory, digestive, reproductive, excretory, glandular, and the last system, circulatory, last system is nervous system. This nervous system is called the master system because it controls all the systems. If nervous system is not working properly, then our blood circulation is disturbed, our respiration is disturbed, there is muscle tension, our digestion is disturbed, and there are so many complications. This is the reason that this nervous system is called the most important system of our body. Now, this nervous system is divided into 2 parts. You know, central nervous system and autonomous nervous system. This central nervous system has 3 components: brain, spine, and brain cells. The second is autonomous nervous system, or autonomous activities of the body are controlled by this system, like respiration, digestion, blood circulation, heartbeat. Because all these systems are automatic, they don't depend upon our will. Even when we are sleeping, our heart is moving. We are inhaling, exhaling. Our digestion is going on. Now, this autonomous nervous system has 2 parts. The first is sympathetic and second is parasympathetic. Now, during my entire lecture, these 2 words will come frequently: sympathetic and parasympathetic. Sympathetic nervous system is the nervous system when we are acting, when we are active. That system is active at the time, and they have coined a word, fight and flight. When we are fighting or when we are in a state of flight, the system which works in our body is sympathetic nervous system. And the second is parasympathetic. When we are resting, when we are taking rest, when we are calm, when we are cool, then that is parasympathetic. It is called rest and digest. Therefore, sympathetic is fight and flight, and parasympathetic is rest and digest. Now, these 2 systems work like seesaw. If one is up, another is down. In one is down, another is up. At the same time, you can't work and you can't relax. If you are relaxing, you can't work. Suppose that you are sleeping, you can't work. If you are working, you can't sleep. As the science of evolution, because today's neuroscience is mostly based upon the evolutionary science. How human mind, human brain, human body has evolved. And you know Charles Darwin, origin of a species, he was the first person to propound. And gradually that theory has grown. Now, for millions of years, our brain and body has grown in a particular way. For 12 hours, our sympathetic nervous system is active, has been active. And for 12 hours, our parasympathetic nervous system has been active. This is happening for millions of years. And accordingly, our body is framed, our mind is wired. Now suppose that there is a disharmony between these two systems because आपको दिन में काम करना है, रात में सोना है. दिन में आपको एक्टिविटी करनी है, रात में रेस्ट लेना है. It is evolutionary science. Our body muscles, our brain muscles, our neurons, our mind, everything, our brain has been designed like that. Now if that is disturbed, that balance is disturbed, then lots of problems take place. Suppose that I give one example, there is a person who has 10 acres of land and he has 2 sons. He has to divide the lands between 2 sons. How much acre will go to one person? 5 acres. Suppose that the elder son takes 8 acres and gives only 2 acres to the younger son. What will happen? Fight will start. Therefore, today there is a fight between sympathetic and parasympathetic nervous system. If rest is not complete, your body is not going to heal. Now, our cycle, thus the cycle which human beings have been following for millions of years, has been disturbed recently. Our ancestors used to see tigers once a while. And when they used to see the tiger, they were in stress. They either fight or flight. Again, tiger went and they were also calm. But हम लोग हर एक जगह टाइगर देख रहे हैं. ऑफिस में टाइगर है, घर में टाइगर है, रोड में टाइगर है, प्रोफेशन में टाइगर है, फाइनेंस में टाइगर है, हेल्थ में टाइगर है. So every time our sympathetic nervous system is active, it has become overactive. And overactivation of sympathetic nervous system is stress. Simple term, I am not going into, because Hans Selye was the first person who explained the stress in a very scientific way. Then Cannon was there, Mason was there, Mary Astrita was there. I am not going to deal with those, but the main thing is that when our sympathetic nervous system, when fight and flight system of the body is overactive, when it is overpowering parasympathetic nervous system, when paranervous system is hijacked by sympathetic nervous system, there is neurobiological change in the body, and that is stress. And again, as per the experts, short-term stress is not bad. Because if you are stressed for short period, it is good for you. Your body becomes active, body releases adrenaline, cortisol, that is power, initially that is power hormone. Suppose that if you see a snake, you are in stress, but you can run faster. In normal course, you can't run. But that is good for only for short period. If the stress becomes chronic, the first bad thing is that your immune system is suppressed. Chronic stress suppresses your immune system. And if immune system is suppressed, then you are vulnerable to so many illness and diseases. The second is muscle tension. If stress is chronic, if it is long, you will start feeling lots of muscle tension in your neck, in your hand, in your legs, in your stomach. And again your vital parts start getting damaged by cortisol and adrenaline. Even bones are disturbed, and you will see that when you are under stress, first your digestive system also does not work. Therefore, the entire system starts getting damaged due to chronic stress. Therefore, we have to deal with, when we talk about stress management, we talk about chronic stress. We not talk about, suppose that if there is snake, you have to become stressed. Suppose there is serious patient, you have to become stressed. When there is a lauder problem, a policeman has to be stressed. When there is a crop failure, a farmer has to be stressed. That stress, but that stress should not be very chronic. It should not be long. In that case, that is going to damage the entire system, and that is going to disturb the entire system of the physiology. Now, one very interesting thing which has come in the research. Now we have understood the stress from anatomical, physiological, and all these things. Please tell me, most of the stress, whether they are real or imaginary? Imaginary. Neuroscience is telling that our brain is not able to distinguish between a real thing and an imaginary thing. जैसे मैंने कहा आपको जलेबी, मैंने आपको कहा गुलाब जामुन, मैंने आपको कहा राबड़ी, मैंने कहा आपको मिठाई, मैंने आपको कहा लेमन, नींबू. What happened? Honestly बोलिएगा, क्या हुआ? मुंह में पानी आया. या वो है ही नहीं भाई, कहाँ है? क्यों मुंह में पानी आया? Because our brain is not able to know whether it is a real or false. If the idea comes in the brain को लगता है कि ये सही है. Suppose that मैं यहाँ पे खड़ा हूँ और मेरे पीछे कोबरा है, not knowing, nothing will happen to me, no reaction, because my brain has not registered that sensation. लेकिन there is no cobra, but still if I am thinking, entertaining the idea of cobra, there will be fear in the brain. तो ब्रेन न्यूरोसाइंस का ऐसा बताना है कि हमारे ब्रेन को रियल और इमेजिनरी में कोई डिफरेंस नहीं होता. तो अगर हम एंग्जियस हो जाते हैं, फर्स्ट वरी स्टार्ट्स. इफ वरी इज नॉट कंट्रोल, then it gets converted into anxiety. Anxiety is a serious form of worry. If anxiety is not controlled, then compulsive behavior हो जाता है. Same idea, ruminate, same idea आते रहता है. If that is not controlled, then it becomes panic attack. If that is not controlled, it becomes neurotic. If does not control, psychotic. And the finalist is schizophrenia. Therefore, all these things start from worry. There may be schizophrenic patient due to some neurological changes also. But so many cases, schizophrenia has developed because we have not been able to control our negative thought. It is not necessary that every time negative thought will lead to schizophrenia, but there are chances. And today anxiety has become pandemic. Every third, fourth person is suffering from anxiety. And this most of the time, 90% anxiety is imaginary. It is imaginary. That problem never comes to your mind, but it is going to damage you. It is going to damage your nervous system, your nerve cell, your vital part, your immune system. So we have to understand that in most of the time, in most of the cases, our stress is not real. It is imaginary. If we understand it and if we learn the skill, then we can be able to control it in a very effective way. Now, I have used two words, adrenaline and cortisol. You know, it is very common hormones, and these hormones are released at the time of stress. And these release of these hormones are so tuned by nature that they are good for short term. Suppose that there is a stress for 1 day, 2 days, they are good. But if those hormones keep on getting released for longer period, then that becomes the problem. Then they become poison, and that needs to be tackled. We take food every day. हम खाना रोज खाते हैं, गाड़ी में पेट्रोल रोज डालते हैं जब गाड़ी ये होता है तो हम जब घर के बाहर आते हैं तो when we come back to our house we clean the shirt or clothes, again we put on that. Is there a shirt or a cloth which we don't clean for 6 months? No, you can't keep that like because your cloth will not be wearable. Therefore every day you have to change your cloth. Every day you have to take the food. Similarly, our brain, our mind, I am using the word interchangeably, brain and mind, a little bit difference is there, but I am using that for purpose. As our cloth gets dirty when we go outside, similarly our mind gets stressed when we work in the life. Every day we are getting stressed. As we are cleaning our cloth, similarly every day we need to clean our mind also of the stress. If we clean our mind every day, अब लोग कपड़ा साफ करने में डॉक्टर साहब कितना टाइम लगता है एक शर्ट? 10 मिनट. तो can you give 10 minutes per day for your mind, which is the most important asset in our life? अगर हम एक कपड़ा साफ करने के लिए 10 मिनट दे सकते हैं, खाना खाने के लिए 15 मिनट दे सकते हैं, so we should give 10 to 15 minutes for our mind also. And I have experienced in my life, even after being in the field for 34 years, most of the time I have worked in next site area, so I mentioned with Prasad. I have worked in Mumbai, which is horrible from traffic point of view. Every time you have to be on the road, every time VIPs are visiting there, you have to maintain the traffic, you have to maintain. Every day I have been practicing it only to 10 to 15 minutes. And I have found that I have been able to manage stress. It is just a matter of nervous system. Whatever may be the reason of the stress, I am not going into the reason. There may be n number of reasons. When there is a stress, there is change in nervous system. A stress is idea, some sort of idea, but it gets manifested in the brain and your nervous system. Then there is neurobiological changes. When there is neurobiological changes, how to put those changes into order? Suppose that टेबल यहाँ पे रखा है, यहाँ पे वायर है, किसी ने इस टेबल को थोड़ा आगे कर दिया, then wire is disconnected and it is not working. Again we have to push the table back, put the wire, again it is working. Similarly the case with us. Every day you are getting a stress, give 10 minutes, learn some of the tools, techniques, your stress will go, again go and work. If you are not cleaning your mind of the stress, after 3 months, 4 months, you will find that your blood pressure is fluctuating. Your heartbeat is rushing. You are having a skin problem. You are having eye problem. Your muscles are getting tense because stress is getting accumulated. Therefore, calm down the nervous system. Activate your parasympathetic nervous system. Calm down sympathetic nervous system. And it can be done. There are neuroscience, our yoga. Today about 300 million people in the world are doing yoga. Some sort of yoga. As Anagha had mentioned, meditation, pranayama. This is the gift of Indian culture to the world. Every alternate person is doing it. You must have heard the name of Bihari School of Yoga in Munger in Bihar. It was founded by Swami Satyanand Saraswati. Now he is no more. His Shishya Niranjananand is running it. You will not believe. I am related to that. From Arab countries, from Iran, 200 women, mostly women, come to that place, stay there for 10 days, 13 days, they learn that technique. In 2015, I visited Israel when International Yoga Day was announced. I was there in Israel, Tel Aviv. And the Embassy of India invited us to participate in the yoga thing. Since I am a yoga man, so I was very proud that वहाँ पे जाके बहुत अच्छा दिखाएंगे and we'll do so many things. When I went there, really I was surprised to see the yogic exercise. So I am telling that our culture has devised all these things, yoga, asana, pranayama, meditation. Now neuroscience, I have personally studied about 15 books on neuroscience. There are so many videos of authentic neuroscientists on the net. You just go and see if you get time. In every video, in every book, they are telling that the best way to deal with stress is breathing exercise. Now we will see how it happens. Now we have to, as we take food, as we clean our clothes, similarly we have to do it every day. Now I am coming to the practice. Suppose you are stressful, you are in stress, then tell me, आपकी सांस तेज चलती है कि स्लो चलती है? तेज चलती है. Suppose that you are very calm, you are very cool, तो आपकी सांस स्लो है कि तेज है? स्लो है. Now keep the first part in one group and the second in another group. When you are very stressful, when you are in fear, when you are in anger, your breath is fast. When you are calm, when you are cool, when you are relaxed, your breath is slow. Then what is common between these two? Breath. Breath has a lot to do with our mind. There is a yoga book, you must have heard the name, Hatha Yoga Pradipika. It was composed by Swatmaram in 6th century AD. About 800 years back, this book was composed by Swatmaram. In that book, he has written, there is Sanskrit shloka, I will quote only one line, Chale vate chalang chittam, nishale nishalang bhavet. Chale means chanchal, fickle. Vat means breath, hawa. If the breath is fickle, if the breath is fast, chit is also fast, mind is also fast. If the breath is slow, mind is slow. Now neuroscience is telling that breath and mind both are deeply connected. If the breath is disturbed, mind is disturbed. If the breath is harmonious, mind is harmonious. You may observe every person who is suffering from disease has this harmonious breath. The first sign when somebody is facing some ailment or disease that his breath is disturbed. If you observe minutely, you will find that there is problem in the breath. Either breath is fast or it is too slow, because too slow breath is also not good. It is in the case of depression. Again, it is irregular, jerky breath, noisy breath. All these types of breath are the sign of unhealthy person. If you sit with one healthy person and if you are not able to listen to his breath, it means that man is healthy. Therefore, neuroscience is telling that our breath is the anchor of our mind. Our breath is the handle of the mind. Our breath is the steering of the mind. And in Hatha Yoga Pradipika, in Patanjali Yoga Sutra, Patanjali was in 1st century AD. About 2500 years back, he has written a book, Patanjali Yoga Sutras. In that also he has mentioned it, in Gita is also mentioned, and Hatha Yoga Pradipika is also mentioned. If you read Bible, in Bible also they have mentioned about breath. If you read Holy Quran, in Holy Quran also you will find that at so many places they have mentioned the breath. And हम तो बोलते हैं ना कि ये प्राण है, इसको प्राणवायु बोलते हैं. प्राणवायु means which is keeping our alive. So now neuroscience is telling that here also we have seen that in both cases, when we are relaxed, when we are in a stress, breath is the common. It means that by controlling the breath, we can control the mind. अब now अभी एक बताइए कि हम लोग 1 मिनट में कितना सांस लेते हैं? Everybody knows. कितने बार सांस लेते हैं? 18, 15, 18, 20. तो अगर इस सांस को हम थोड़ा स्लो कर दें, जैसे आपने पहले देखा कि ब्रेथ इज रिलेटेड टू माइंड, इफ ब्रेथ इज फास्ट माइंड इज फास्ट, इफ ब्रेथ इज स्लो माइंड इज स्लो. अभी हम लोग नॉर्मल कोर्स में बैठे हुए हैं तो हम लोग 15, 18, 20 सांस ले रहे हैं. सपोज दैट इफ यू स्लो द ब्रीदिंग, तो क्या होगा माइंड का? माइंड भी स्लो हो जाएगा. अगर हम ब्रेथ को फास्ट करेंगे तो माइंड फास्ट हो जाएगा, बिकॉज बोथ आर रिलेटेड. कैन वी ब्रिंग टू आवर ब्रीदिंग to 10 and 12 per minute? Easily we can bring. We will learn the technique. Towards the end of my lecture, we will learn small techniques. We can easily bring our breathing rate to 10 to 12, easily. And if you do this exercise just for 5 minutes, you will feel the difference in your mind and body. We have not to take the medicine, we have not to take something from outside. Our body is the temple of God. God, if God resides somewhere, it is residing in our body. मोको कहां ढूंढोरे बंदे, मैं तो तेरे पास में, ना मंदिर में, ना मस्जिद में, ना काबा कैलाश में. आई एम इनसाइड यू. हर एक चीज यहीं से होता है. दिस इज द रेफरेंस पॉइंट. अगर आप दुखी हैं तो सारी दुनिया आपको कैसे लगती है? दुखी लगती है. इफ यू आर हैप्पी, एवरीथिंग इज हैप्पी. तो दिस वर्ल्ड इज नथिंग बट द एक्सटेंशन ऑफ ह्यूमन माइंड. दिस वर्ल्ड इज नथिंग बट द रिफ्लेक्शन ऑफ आवर माइंड, आवर थॉट. आप जैसा रहो वैसा ही दिखेगा. तो हम जब ब्रीदिंग को स्लो करेंगे, थोड़ा इजीली स्लो कर सकते हैं. वी हैव नॉट टू स्ट्रगल, इट वेरी इजी. And if you learn the technique of breathing, when I go to deliver this lecture on so many occasions, and I will tell you more than 80% people are not knowing how to breathe. It is very surprising. More than 90% don't know how to eat. More than 60% don't know how to drink water, not other things. And majority of people don't know how to breathe. तो आज हम लोग इसकी चर्चा करेंगे साइंटिफिकली, what science says. You must have heard that yoga tells that your life is given not in years but in the count of breath. हम लोग 18 से 20 बार सांस लेते हैं एवरेज. हम लोग की आयु कितनी है? व्हाट इज आवर लाइफ स्पैन? एवरेज 70, 80 एवरेज बता रहे हैं. कहीं पे जापान में लोग ज्यादा भी जीते हैं, लेकिन एवरेज 70. एंड आवर ब्रीदिंग रेट इज 18 to 20. डॉग जो है सो कितना ब्रीथ करता है 1 मिनट में? डॉग हमसे ज्यादा फास्ट ब्रीथ करता है, कम करता है? ज्यादा करता है. डॉग का जो ब्रीदिंग है वो बताते हैं 26 to 28 है पर मिनट, एंड इट्स लाइफ स्पैन इज 12 ईयर. व्हाट इज द ब्रीदिंग रेट ऑफ मंकी? It is a little bit more than dog, about 30, 32, 34. And what is the age of longevity of the monkey? 15, 14, 16. Now, can you correlate something between breath and longevity? And which is the longest living creature in the world? Tortoise. 200 years, 250 years, 300 years. And what is the breathing rate of the tortoise? Only 4 per minute. Therefore, if we breathe only 4 per minute, we will also live like tortoise. Now, science is telling this matter was explained in yoga books. Your life is giving breath, not in years. I was also not able to understand what is this. But when I am reading neuroscience discoveries for 5 years, 6 years, now I am able to correlate. When I was in MA, I learned about Hatchok Pradipika and I got about 90% mark in that because I am a Sanskrit student. But I was not able to understand. चलिए वाते चलम चित्तम हवाते सांस तेज चलिए तो मन तेज चलता है. It was just a theory. But when I am listening to neuroscientists of Oxford University, Stanford University, Harvard University, and they are telling that through breath you can control the mind. Now I am correlating that those things which are written in the book are correct and scientific. तो अभी आपको ये पता चल गया, पहला पता चला कि आपका ब्रेथ जो है वो माइंड से रिलेटेड है. ब्रेथ को स्लो करोगे तो माइंड स्लो होगा, ब्रेथ को फास्ट करोगे तो माइंड फास्ट होगा. इज द फर्स्ट थिंग. सेकेंड थिंग इज योर लॉन्जिविटी. देन आपको क्वेश्चन आएगा कि सब एक्सरसाइज करते हैं, वी रन, देन व्हाट. फिर शॉर्ट टर्म इज नॉट ए प्रॉब्लम. कितना एक्सरसाइज करोगे आप? 1 घंटा, 2 घंटा, कितना करोगे? बट फॉर द मोस्ट ऑफ द टाइम योर ब्रेथ शुड बी सूदिंग, हार्मोनियस, रेगुलर, बैलेंस्ड, स्लो. अस्थमा का जो पेशेंट होते हैं, देयर लाइफ इज वेरी शॉर्ट इफ ट्रीटमेंट इज नॉट प्रॉपर बिकॉज देयर ब्रीथिंग रेट इज वेरी हाई. What happened in corona? When the person breathes very fast, here his lungs get teared, his all vital parts get disturbed, and his lifespan also comes down. Therefore, fast breathing rate for longer period of time is very injurious. We will see later in that. Now, I will tell you a very interesting fact about yoga. See, we have got 2 nostrils, left nostril, right nostril. Yoga says there is a name, it is called Chandranadi. Left nostril is called Chandranadi and right nostril is called Suryanadi. According to yogic concept, our left nostril breathing is cool and right nostril breathing is hot. I have tested it. Suppose that if you are feeling very cold, just do one thing. Close your left nostril and breathe for 5 minutes through right nostril. Your body will be vibrating with temperature. Just you test it. I have tested it. Because you have activated the heating system of your body. Suppose that you are feeling lots of temperature is very high. You are very uncomfortable. Close your right nostril and breathe through left nostril for 5 minutes. See your system calms down. What happens when a person develops a very high fever? 104, 106. From where this temperature comes? कहाँ से आता है? बाहर से आता है कि शरीर से आता है? शरीर से आता है. There is heating system in the body. That system has become overactive. Through breathing, we can activate that heating system. किसी को मलेरिया हो गया, उसको क्या होता है? कितनी ठंडी लगती है, आप कंबल भी डालते हो, ब्लैंकेट डालते हो, still that one is shivering. Why? From where this coldness is coming? It is coming from the body because there is cooling system in the body. That cooling system has become overactive because of some problem, fault. Through breathing, we can activate that cooling system also. अन्यथा बताइएगा टाइम का. अभी टाइम है ना? हाँ, हाँ, ठीक
Another half an hour.
हाँ, ठीक है। अनगा घंटी उंटी रखें कि नहीं? वो स्कूल में डिबेट में घंटी बजाते थे ना अपने। तो these are the cooling and heating system. Sir?
Headmaster की class ले रहा है।
Yes, yes. So these are cooling and heating system of the body, and they are telling that through left nostril you can activate cooling system, through right nostril you can activate your heating system. I have worked as Additional Director General of Police, Prisons of Maharashtra for 3 years. आप लोग में से कोई जेल गए कि नहीं? मैंने ऐसे विजिट करने के लिए ऐसे, क्योंकि डॉक्टर लोग विजिट करते हैं ना, they go to prison. There are more than 35,000 prisoners in Maharashtra. Erwada, which is in Pune, is the largest prison of Asia. Even bigger than Tihar, because Tihar is a group of prisons. There are 7 prisons in Tihar. Now, when I was there, I conducted lots of experiments on the prisoners regarding pranayama and meditation. You know that in prisons, prisoners are either depressed or they are aggressive. These two features are very dominant in prison. Initially, they are very aggressive, and after some time, 1 year, 2 years, they become very depressive. I conducted this experiment on that. It is on record also in Pune. There were some patients who were suffering from depression, they were on medication. And I asked them to practice a simple pranayama technique. 5 minutes morning and 5 minutes evening. Close your left nostril and breathe through right nostril. Because in depression, your sympathetic nervous system is suppressed and parasympathetic becomes active. Therefore, we have to activate your sympathetic nervous system. We have to make you active, because in depression, it does not speak, it does not go here and there. You will not believe, after 1 to 2 months, there was tremendous improvement in their medical condition. If somebody is very stressful, you said so many moments come and so many things are there. If you are very stressful, you are feeling your heart is rushing and lots of, you close your right nostril and breathe through left nostril for 5 minutes. You will find that your nervous system calms down. There are lots of research going on in this. And all these findings of yoga, they are corroborating. Now they are not telling about left, right nostril, but breathing they have come, and on this also they are doing lots of research. So these are, in 2016, I had gone to Kedarnath. I was there in about May. It was very cold in May also, it is very cold, and with lots of jacket, everything. तो केदारनाथ मंदिर के नीचे एक नदी बहती है, a small river flows. So I went there and I just put my finger in that, thought that my finger will be cut. It was so cold. And by the time I saw that one sadhu was taking bath and he was coming out, just a kambal, I was very surprised that how it is happening. Since I am a man of a little bit yoga, so I was interested. I talked, sir, साधु आप कैसे इसमें हैं? बोला कि चलो, और केदारनाथ मंदिर के सामने कुछ गुफाएं हैं, इधर पहाड़ के अंदर गुफाएं, कोई गया हो देखा होगा. He was residing in that gufa. I went to him and I talked to him. He told that, see, at that time I have activated my Surya Nadi. I have activated my heating system of the body. Therefore, I am not feeling so cold like you. If you are feeling very hot, you can activate your left nostril. And when I came from that place, I have used this so many times. It is not only for heat and cold of the body. It is to change your mental state also. Therefore, if you can test it. This is the yogic practice which is you have and you can easily change your nadis also. In our tradition, they say दैट खाना खाने के बाद आदमी को किस करवट लेटना चाहिए? पहले आफ्टर टेकिंग फूड, if you are going to bed, which side you should sleep? Initially left, and after left, right. Why left? That is the medical reason. But according to this Nadi Shastra, when you sleep left side, you will check after going from this place. Here you can't check. You will see that your right nostril becomes dominant. If you are sleeping left side, after 5 minutes, you say, अभी मैं देखा my right is nostril, because during daytime, most of the time the right is active because it is dominant, it is sympathetic nervous system. This is parasympathetic. If you sleep left side, your right nostril becomes dominant and right is hot. Therefore, initially, if your heating system is activated, there is good digestion. That's why they tell that you should sit on the left. After some time, you should sleep on the right side. When you sleep on the right side, then left nostrils gets activated to this cooling system and you sleep very calmly. If you want to change the nostril dominance, you can change your side of the. If you sit right side, after 5 minutes, left will start dominantly. If you sleep on the left side, right will start dominantly. You must have seen the photo of some yogi. There is yoga danda. There is one stick they put in the armpit. What is that? If you do like that, put hand like just press it for 5 minutes, you will see that left nostril becomes dominant. If you put your hand this side, press it, 5 minutes you will find this. So that yoga danda, that stick was to activate the different nostrils.
Opposite side.
Both sides.
The opposite side. Put on the right.
Opposite side. Suppose that if you want to activate left, then press right. If you want to activate right, press left. Because in neuroscience also they tell that right side of the brain controls left side and left side of the brain controls right side. Suppose that you are feeling very depressed, activate the right side. If you are feeling very stressful, activate the left side. Now, further research is needed, but in the experiential instances or in the experiments we have found that it is working very scientifically and very effectively. Now we are coming to the last portion of our lecture. Now you have understood the importance of breath. For 5 to 6 minutes, we will do some exercises after finishing this last portion. You must have heard or you are knowing that in the evolution of our brain, the oldest brain is the reptile brain, reptilian brain. That brain is survival brain. It has no emotions, it has no intelligence. When the brain developed, it became emotional brain, that is mammal brain. It is called limbic system. Survival brain is brain stem, or mammal brain relates to limbic system of the brain. It has emotions like cow, animals, elephant, they have emotions. A reptile has no emotion, only survival, food, children and living, that's all. Now, when the brain developed, the second brain came, that mammal brain, limbic system, emotional brain. And the latest brain is human brain, rational brain, that is cerebral cortex. It is the latest, as per neuroscience, as per the evolution of human life. Now, survival brain, emotional brain and rational brain. Survival brain, खाना खाते हैं, सोते हैं, बाल बच्चा पैदा करते हैं, खत्म हो जाते हैं. That all. Emotion, love है, fear है, anger है, अपनापन है, the emotions. And intelligence, analyze the data, what is wrong, what is right, what is justified, what is good, what is bad, and we take decision as per our thoughtful discussion. We take decision not on emotions. We take decision after taking lots of things into consideration. Now tell me one thing. Which brain is the strongest brain out of these three?
The highest one. The strongest is reptile.
The strongest is reptilian brain. अगर भूख लगती है ना तो सब खत्म हो जाता है, इमोशन भी खत्म हो जाता है, बुद्धि भी खत्म हो जाती है। भूखे भजन न हो गोपाला, ले लो अपनी कंठी माला। नाउ अभी हम उस ब्रेन की बात नहीं करेंगे क्योंकि आज अपना टॉपिक नहीं है। नाउ वी विल टॉक अबाउट इमोशनल ब्रेन एंड रेशनल ब्रेन। अब बताइए दोनों में स्ट्रॉन्ग कौन है? अगर दोनों में लड़ाई हो जाए तो कौन जीतेगा? वेरी गुड, इमोशनल ब्रेन। मैं एक्सपीरियंस बता रहा हूं, मैं जब ये पूछता हूं तो 99% लोग जवाब देते हैं रेशनल ब्रेन जीतेगा, बिकॉज दे आर नॉट अवेयर ऑफ द मैकेनिज्म ऑफ द ब्रेन। आप लोग एक्सपर्ट हैं, यू हैव स्टडीड, नो, इसलिए आपको बताया। जैसे बताया हमने, आपको गुस्सा आ गया, गुस्सा इज इमोशन, आपने किसी को उल्टा बोल दिया, फिर आप जब गुस्सा शांत हुआ तो क्या बोलते हो? आई शुड नॉट हैव टोल्ड लाइक दैट। तो जैसे ही इमोशन आपका आया, व्हेन योर इमोशंस बिकम स्ट्रांग, योर इंटेलिजेंस इज ओवरऑल इंटेलिजेंस इज नॉट एबल टू वर्क। इसलिए देयर इज वेरी गुड कॉपलेट इन उर्दू। कुछ ऐसे भी मंजर हैं तारीख के पन्नों में, मंजर मीन्स सीन, तारीख मीन्स हिस्ट्री। कुछ ऐसे भी मंजर हैं तारीख के पन्नों में, लम्हों ने खता की, सदियों ने सजा पाई। खता मीन्स क्राइम, अपराध। Crime is committed in moments and man gets punishment in century. What is the duration taken to kill a man? कितना टाइम लगता है किसी को मारने में? Within seconds. तो जो खता हुई लम्हों में हुई, वो जो क्राइम हुआ मोमेंट्स में हुआ, but that man was sentenced to life imprisonment. सदियों में 100 साल, अमेरिका में तो 200 सजा हो जाती है, 200 साल के लिए सजा दे तो जेल में मर जाता। अपने यहाँ उस टाइप का नहीं है, बट लाइफ इम्प्रिजमेंट। ये क्यों होता है इसे? आई हैव इंटरेक्टेड विद सो मेनी प्रिजनर्स, कन्विक्ट्स ऑफ मर्डर और अदर्स हेनस ऑफेंसेस इन द प्रिजन। इफ यू मीट देम, you will tell that they are not bad person. About 90% inmates of Indian prisons are good person. लेकिन आप बोलोगे कि आप गुड बोल रहे हो, फिर जेल में कैसे गए? Because they were not able to control their emotions. Their behavior is very good in prison. They never create any problem. They repent. अरे मुझको गुस्सा आ गया, मेरी माँ को गाली दे दिया, मैंने फावड़ा उठाया, मारा, he died. Yeah, I was not able to control my emotions and I committed offense upon someone. Now, at that time, that man is thinking from his rational brain. But when he committed the offense, he was in the grip of emotions. Now, what we have to do? We have to ensure that our emotions don't hijack our intelligence. We have to ensure that there should be control of intelligence on emotions. How do it happen? We can learn it. See, in 90s, there were two very vital, critical, path-breaking discoveries in the field of psychology. The first was the discovery of neuroplasticity of the brain. Scientists accepted that our brain is plastic. It can be changed. Prior to 90s, they were thinking that brain can't be changed. But this theory came and they say that through training, through exercises, through a skill, we can change the brain. Our brain is always capable to make new wiring, new connections. A man can become good, a man can become bad also. This was the first discovery, very important discovery, and because of this, the theory of emotional intelligence came. Daniel Goleman, you must have heard his name, his book is Emotional Intelligence. He popularized the idea of emotional intelligence, and through emotional intelligence, he propounded that through some techniques, through self-awareness, we can develop control of rationality over emotions. Even if we are in the grip of emotions, we will not lose our intelligence. अपने अच्छा आदमी कौन होता है? Who is a saint? Who is a good man? Who has control over emotions? Who has self-restraint? Who can control himself? अगर कोई कंट्रोल नहीं करता है, तो even after having very high IQ, if you find time, just go through that book. That is excellent book. Just reading the book, Daniel Goleman, your life will be transformed, I am telling you. Just read that book. It is a voluminous book, but excellent book. You will get very good insight into that. Lots of research are there. It is not a theory. Lots of research have been conducted, and those researches have been given in that book. He is telling that we have to become self-aware. Self-aware क्या है? जैसे हर एक आदमी का इमोशंस अलग अलग रहता है. कुछ लोग बहुत गुस्सैल होते हैं, बोलता है घर में, अरे बड़ा गुस्सैल टाइप आदमी है. Everybody is not गुस्सैल. Somebody are गुस्सैल. बोलता है तो बहुत ग्रीडी आदमी, बहुत लोभी आदमी. ये आदमी बहुत ही धोखेबाज है. ये आदमी he is not reliable. Everybody is not like that. तो ऐसा क्यों होता है? उसका बोलना है कि हम जब सेल्फ अवेयर होते हैं, I can lie to you, but I will not lie to myself. हम जब बैठ के देखते हैं कि हमारे इमोशंस क्या है, हमको ज्यादा गुस्सा आता है, कि हमको ज्यादा लोभ आता है, कि हमको ज्यादा फियर आता है, तो फर्स्ट वी हैव टू बिकम सेल्फ अवेयर. आप लोगों में से कितने लोग हैं जो अकेले 5 मिनट बैठते हैं कभी, या 10 मिनट? बहुत कम लोग हैं, नॉट मोर देन 5%. तो पहले करना है कि आइए सर, आइए बैठिए. पहले अपने को क्या करना है कि वी हैव टू बिकम, आप कहीं पे बैठ जाओ आराम से, एनीवेयर, आपको जहां पे शांत है वहां पे बैठ जाओ और जस्ट स्कैन योर इमोशंस ऑफ 24 आवर. 24 आवर में आपके मन में क्या क्या इमोशन है यार, आपको मार्क हो जाएगा. हम यहाँ पे गुस्सा हो गए थे, हमको जरूरत नहीं गुस्सा होने का, यहाँ पे ऐसा माइंड में आया, ऐसा हुआ. यू विल नो इट बिकॉज आवर माइंड इज लाइक दैट. आप जब 1 week or 15 days, if you scan your mind, you will know that these are the emotions of our personality. Because everybody don't have the same emotion. हर एक आदमी को सेम इमोशन नहीं होता. कोई आदमी ज्यादा fearful होता है, कोई ज्यादा एंक्सियस, बिना मतलब एंक्सियस हो जाएगा कारण से. कोई आदमी हर एक छोटी छोटी बात में गुस्सा हो जाता है, कोई आदमी ईगो में चला जाता है. मैं आया, मुझको कोई रिसीव करने नहीं आया. वो अपना है ना फूफा वाला जो कहानी है, वो शादी जब होती है तो फूफा बहुत नाराज हो जाते हैं. तो फूफा तो पुराने हो भाई, अब उसका शादी हो रहा है. हमारे यहाँ बहुत ऐसा प्रॉब्लम होता है फूफा को. तो हम तो फूफा, बेटे की शादी है तो फूफा के लिए सारा में लगा दिया था. तो ये क्या होता है, हमारा पर्सनालिटी ट्रेट होता है, हमारा पर्सनालिटी कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स होता है. तो आप पहले जानो उसको. आप किसी को जानोगे तब तो कंट्रोल करोगे ना. इफ यू नो देन यू कैन कंट्रोल. हम हाथी का जो होता है महावत, he knows the elephant, he knows the science of elephant, he knows the elephant ये कैसा है, किसको क्या होता है, then he will control. आप पेशेंट को जानोगे तब तो कंट्रोल करोगे उसको. पेशेंट की आंख में क्या प्रॉब्लम है, इसको ऑपरेशन करना है कि दवा देना, then you can control. Therefore first we have to be aware of our emotions. आप जब इमोशंस के अवेयर हो जाओगे, then you have to self, first is self awareness, second is self management. आपको मालूम हो गया भाई हम गुस्सा आता है, तो ब्रेन का एक ऐसा है कि आप अगर ब्रेन को रोज बोलोगे कि भाई ये गुस्सा आया था, ठीक नहीं है और आई नीड टू चेंज, आप देखोगे कि नेक्स्ट टाइम ब्रेन वैसा बिहेव करना शुरू होता है. तो सेल्फ अवेयरनेस के बाद कम सेल्फ मैनेजमेंट. योगा क्या है? योगा इज सेल्फ मैनेजमेंट. आप आसन करते हो, प्राणायाम करते हो, मेडिटेशन करते हो. स्वाध्याय क्या है? यम, नियम, आसन, प्राणायाम, प्रत्याहार, धारणा, ध्यान, समाधि. ये जो 8 योग यंग है, टोटली सेल्फ मैनेजमेंट है. यम में क्या है? सत्य, अहिंसा, अस्तेय, ब्रह्मचर्य, अपरिग्रह. नियम में क्या है? शौच, संतोष, तपस, स्वाध्याय, ईश्वर प्रणिधान। शौच प्यूरिटी, संतोष कंटेनमेंट, तपह क्या है पेनिटेंस, डिफरेंट टाइप ऑफ एक्सरसाइजेस। तो ये सब क्या है सेल्फ मैनेजमेंट है। ऑल दीज थिंग्स आर यू मैनेज योरसेल्फ। आसन से आप अपनी बॉडी को कंट्रोल करते हो, मैनेज करते हो, प्राणायाम से माइंड को मैनेज करते हो, मेडिटेशन से माइंड को मैनेज करते हो। तो एक क्या है, तो जैसे ही आप अवेयर होते हो, बट सेल्फ अवेयरनेस इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट। विदाउट नोइंग इट यू कैन डू इट। आप यहाँ पे आए देहरादून में, आपको मालूम था कि हम देहरादून जाना है, देन तब तो आए ना। फर्स्ट यू वर अवेयर दैट आई हैव टू कम टू AIOS होटल। सपोज दैट आपको मालूम ही नहीं कहीं जाना है, हाउ कैन यू कांट रीच। तो ये हो गया। सेकेंडली, वी आर नॉट आइलैंड, वी लिव इन सोसाइटी, वी लिव इन फैमिली, वी लिव इन कम्युनिटी, वी लिव इन फ्रेटर्निटी। तो हमको सोशल स्किल भी आने चाहिए। तो वी हैव टू नो अदर्स बिहेवियर आल्सो। सपोज दैट मेरा कलीग अगर वो बहुत तुरुक मिजाजी है, बहुत जल्दी गुस्सा हो जाता है, तो आई हैव टू नो इट दैट दिस मैन इज लाइक दैट। सम ऑफ द पर्सन्स आर वेरी कैपेबल। हम लोग पुलिस में थे, वी फॉर्म ए टीम, बट वी कांट गिव एवरी टास्क टू एवरीथिंग, बट we know that this man is more capable for this man is less capable for it. Is not something bad, but he has more capability, he is more vocal, he can go and he can lathi charge if there is needed. Some persons run away, they are afraid. तो सेल्फ अवेयरनेस के बाद सेल्फ मैनेजमेंट के बाद नोइंग द सोसाइटी, नोइंग द इमोशंस ऑफ अदर जो आपके साथ है, आपके फैमिली वाले हैं। सबसे पहले तो अपने फैमिली को जाना जरूरी है। सबसे ज्यादा झगड़ा तो वाइफ हस्बैंड में होता है। अगर वाइफ हस्बैंड एक दूसरे को जान लेंगे तो झगड़ा कम हो जाएगा। हर एक आदमी का फीचर होता है। और आपके इतने जोक्स आते हैं अभी वाइफ हस्बैंड के बारे में, आपने सुना होगा वीडियो हो, ठीक है, थोड़ा बहुत ठीक है। बट इफ यू नो द पार्टनर, देन यू आर एबल टू मैनेज द थिंग्स प्रॉपर्ली। एक मेरा दोस्त था, यूएस में रहता था, वहां पे काफी बड़ा है, ही वाज वेरी रिच एंड सिलिकॉन वैली में उसका है। उसकी शादी हुई थी एंड इट वाज ऑलमोस्ट ऑन द ब्रेकअप। मैं यूएस में गया था, आई वेंट टू हिज प्लेस एंड हम लोग बैठे वहां पे, 2-3 दिन में था, बैठे काउंसलिंग किया एंड ऑल दीज थिंग्स वी टोल्ड देम। यू विल नॉट बिलीव, आफ्टर 10-15 days दे पैस्ड अप एंड ऑलमोस्ट मैं वहां पे गया था 16 में, आज कम से कम 8 साल 9 साल हो गया, दे लिविंग गुड लाइफ। यू हैव टू चेंज योरसेल्फ, यू कांट चेंज द सर्कमस्टेंसेस। अगर आपने अपने को चेंज कर लिया तो सारी दुनिया चेंज हो जाएगी। यू हैव नो कंट्रोल ओवर अदर्स, यू हैव कंट्रोल ओवर योरसेल्फ। तो जब हम सेल्फ अवेयर हो गए, सेल्फ मैनेज कर रहे हैं, हमने दूसरे को जान लिया, देन जैसे हमने दूसरे को जाना, देन सोशल मैनेजमेंट कम, सोशल स्किल्स कम, हम उसको कैसे जान सकते हैं। तो ये जो हमने आपको बताया, अब मैं आपको 5 छोटे छोटे एक्सरसाइज बता रहा हूं जिसको मैं कम से कम 30 ईयर से करता हूं। अगर आप उसको 10 मिनट करेंगे तो पूरे 24 घंटे में आपका जो स्ट्रेस है वो स्ट्रेस खत्म हो जाएगा। स्ट्रेस खत्म होने का मेरा मतलब है आपका नर्वस सिस्टम काम डाउन हो जाएगा। नर्वस सिस्टम काम डाउन हो गया तो स्ट्रेस गायब। फिर काम करो, स्विच ऑफ कर दिया 10 मिनट, मशीन को आराम मिल गया, फिर स्विच चालू करो। अभी हमारा स्विच ऑफ ही नहीं होता, सोने के बाद भी सपने में भी झगड़ा होते रहता है। और टुडे स्लीपिंग पिल्स आर गोइंग लाइक, यू नो, आप डॉक्टर मेडिकल फील्ड से हो। और मैं मुंबई में जब था, मुंबई फॉर 9 years, मेरे बहुत सारे दोस्त थे, मैं मलाबार हिल में रहता था, हम लोग का पुलिस क्वार्टर था, और वहाँ पे बहुत सारे जो बिजनेसमैन लोग थे जिनको भाई प्रॉब्लम था, मेरे दोस्त थे, मैं इंटरेक्ट किया और टू अ ग्रेट एक्सटेंट वी वर एबल टू मेक देयर लाइफ वेरी लिवेबल। नींद ही नहीं आती, सोने का पलंग हो, नींद नहीं आए तो कोई फायदा नहीं। एक दोस्त था, उसको 200 ट्रक था, 200 ट्रक्स, बट ही वाज नॉट एबल टू स्लीप। फिर उसको ये मैंने कुछ एक्सरसाइज बताया, तो नाउ थिंग्स आर, ही टेक्स मेडिसिन बट थिंग्स आर कंट्रोलेबल। तो ये जो एक्सरसाइजेज है ना, ये सारे न्यूरो साइंस से एक्सरसाइजेज प्रूव्ड हैं। 5-6 मिनट 5 to 6 मिनट है, तो ये न्यूरो साइंस से प्रूव्ड है। और इमीडिएटली यू विल फील द फील द इम्पैक्ट ऑफ द एक्सरसाइज. जैसे न्यूरोसाइंस ऐसा बोलता है कि हम जब अपने बॉडी को स्लोली शेक करते हैं तो हमारे ब्रेन को मैसेज आता है कि एवरीथिंग इज सेफ, एवरीथिंग इज सिक्योर, और ब्रेन काम डाउन हो जाता है, हमारा नर्वस सिस्टम काम डाउन हो जाता है. आपने डॉग को, एनिमल्स को अगर देखा होगा, गाय को, बैल को, तो कई बार वो अपने शरीर को ऐसा ऐसा थोड़ा शेक करते हैं स्लोली. दैट इज ए डिफेंस मैकेनिज्म ऑफ द बॉडी. जैसे हमको जब वरी होता है ना तो हम ऐसा पैर हिलाने लगते हैं ऐसे, आपने देखा होगा. इट इज नेचुरल डिफेंस ऑफ द बॉडी. बॉडी को क्या है कि बॉडी जब स्लो बॉडी को शेक करता है तो ब्रेन को एक मैसेज जाता है कि सब ठीक है. इसलिए हम जब स्ट्रेस में आते हैं तो हमारा पैर हिलने लगता है, आदमी ऐसे हिलने लगता है, आदमी चलने लगता है, मूवमेंट करने लगता है. ये बॉडी इसलिए करता है कि जब ऐसा होगा तो ब्रेन को मैसेज आएगा और ब्रेन काम डाउन हो जाएगा. तो हम इसको ऐसा करते हैं, जैसे आप लोग भी कीजिएगा हमारे, जैसे अपना सिंपल एक्सरसाइज है, इसको आप घर पे ही करना पड़ेगा, सामने बाहर नहीं कर सकते, और बॉस के सामने तो कभी नहीं करने का. जैसे अपना हाथ है ना, 40 to 50 सेकेंड्स 3 राउंड इसको करना है, और आप जब करोगे तो ब्रेन को मैसेज आता है, ब्रेन काम डाउन हो जाता है. जैसे हाथ ऐसे है, इसको ऐसे, आइए मैडम, आइए बैठिए, इधर है कुर्सी. इसको थोड़ा उल्टा भी करके कर सकते हैं, इसको थोड़ा सा फास्ट करने का, और ये अपना ये जो है एंकल मूव होना चाहिए इसे. रुक जाइए. आपको क्या लग रहा है हाथ में, यहाँ पे कुछ सेंसेशन लग रहा है थोड़ा सा? तो ऐसा बताते हैं न्यूरो साइंस में, जैसे स्कैन किया ब्रेन को तो देखा कि ब्रेन थोड़े स्ट्रेस में है, और इसको कराया इस एक्सरसाइज को 3-4 बार, फिर स्कैन किया तो देखा कि जो एमिगडाला है, एमिगडाला ब्रेन का एक ऐसा पार्ट है जो हमारे फियर से और एंजाइटी से रिलेटेड है. एमिगडाला शांत हो. आप नेट पे भी जाके देख सकते हैं, किसी न्यूरो साइंटिस्ट को देखेंगे तो बताता है हैंड शेकिंग का. तो इसको आप 2 बार 3 बार 4 बार कर सकते हैं, एंड इट इज वेरी सूदिंग. इससे ब्रेन क्या है, फिजिकली न्यूरोबायोलॉजिकल चेंजेस होते हैं, ब्रेन शांत हो जाता है. ये पहला है. इसको मैं 35 ईयर से कर रहा हूं. मैं तो ज्यादा करता हूं, कभी भी मुझको यह है कि आप ऑफिस में भी कर सकते हैं, बट नोबडी शुड बी देयर. दूसरा है,
पूरे ऑफिस को करवा देंगे
बोले. हाँ, ये दूसरा है. दूसरा है अपना ईयर मसाज. ऐसा बताते हैं कि हमारा जो ईयर है ये हमारे ब्रेन से बहुत नजदीक है, वेरी थिक कनेक्शन विद ब्रेन. तो जब हम ईयर मसाज करते हैं तो उसमें ब्रेन को एक मैसेज आता है कि सब अच्छा है, और सम न्यूरोबायोलॉजिकल रिएक्शंस टेक प्लेस एंड ब्रेन काम डाउन हो जाता है. एंड इट इज वेरी इफेक्टिव. इसको आप कहीं भी कर सकते हो, नोबडी नोज. जैसे मुझको अगर कहीं भी पुलिस में अगर ये होता था तो जैसे ईयर मसाज में जो लोब है ना, पहले इसको नीचे खींचने का. ऐसे देखो, अपना कान खींचने में कोई दिक्कत नहीं, दूसरा कोई कान लगा. तो ऐसे ईयर मसाज, और फिर ये आउटर इसको ऐसे, फिर ये 3 लेके फिर पीछे ऐसे, फिर आगे ऐसे. ये जो कान का होल है इसको ऐसे, और लास्ट में ऐसे, इसमें हवा ऐसे. ये 2 मिनट करने का. इमीडिएटली आपको फील होगा. अभी बहुत लोगों को इमीडिएटली, क्योंकि ये जो है ना, इसमें बॉडी में चेंज होता है. सम न्यूरोबायोलॉजिकल चेंजेस टेक प्लेस इन द बॉडी, एंड इट इज प्रूव दैट दे काम डाउन नर्वस सिस्टम. जैसे आग के पास बैठोगे तो शरीर गर्म होगा. इफ यू हैव आइस विथ यू, योर बॉडी विल बिकम कोल्ड. वैसे ये है कि कुछ चीजें, सम थिंग्स मेक योर माइंड काम एंड कूल, एंड सम थिंग्स मेक इट एजिटेटेड. तो ये दूसरा हो गया. तीसरा जो है, इट इज सो इफेक्टिव. यस,
Can you do the ear massage on your partner, suppose if he is angry? Just like that.
it may happen if there is better understanding. But on the other hand, it will, on the other hand, it will make the partner more is breathing. The third is humming. Humming is so effective that if somebody has some insomnia, if he does it for 5 minutes before sleeping, he will sleep. The entire nervous system is calmed down because there is nitric oxide in the nasal passage. And when you hum, that nitric oxide is released in the blood. And it is very relaxing. You may see lots of literature on that. Therefore, when you do humming, because of the release of nitric oxide from nasal passage, your blood pressure comes down. And it is also scientifically proved. Lots of scientific experiments have been conducted on that. Therefore, for 20-25 minutes we can hum. Just take a breath. Yes, it is Bhramri Pranam. Yes, that is the higher level of pranam, but it's simple. Yes. So you can do it for 5 minutes and will feel the difference in your mental state, and your body and mind will be calm. This is the third, humming. The fourth most important, which we are talking about, the breath. Now I am talking about that. According to science, when we do slow breathing, our nervous system calms down. Inhalation is related to sympathetic nervous system, and exhalation is related to parasympathetic. Therefore, if exhalation is longer and slow, your parasympathetic nervous system gets activated, which is responsible for rest and digestion. Therefore, if you exhale longer, slowly, you will find that your nervous system is calming down. And you will feel it. Therefore, we have designed one simple exercise. Breathe in for 2 counts or 3 counts as per capacity. Somebody may increase the count also. Breathe in for 2 counts. Hold the breath for 3 counts. Exhale for 4 counts. And again hold the breath for 2 counts. 2, 3, 4, 2. Make a cycle. Then only just take care that holding the breath should be a little bit longer than inhalation, and exhaling the breath should be a little bit longer than holding. Because if you exhale longer, your calming and cooling system of the body gets activated. This is a natural thing of the body. It has been happening. इसीलिए आदमी जब बहुत थकता है ना, ऐसा बोलता है, या बहुत जब दुखी होता है तो ऐसा करता है. It is natural defense mechanism of the body. So if you do yourself, then you will find that your body calms down. So we can do a simple exercise. You just close your eyes, just inhale for 2 counts, hold the breath for 3 counts, exhale for 4 counts, and again hold the breath for 2 counts. You can do on your own self. You can practice it, and it is very effective, and it will change your life. If you do all these things for 10-15 minutes, you will feel the changes which are taking place on the body, because all these exercises bring neurobiological changes in your body, and accordingly your nervous system calms down. And these are the very effective exercises. And sir was mentioning that it is Nadi Shodhana Oike. Actually, there are 14 types of pranayamas. I have not mentioned it because we have no time. And everybody should not do all pranayamas. Kapalbhati and Bhasrika, these pranayamas increase temperature in the body. Therefore, those who have blood pressure, severe diabetes, and some serious ailment, you should not do it. The first pranayam is simple pranayam, Anulom Vilom. You take through one nostril and you release through another nostril. This is simple Anulom Vilom. Then Nadi Shodhan. In Nadi Shodhan, we breathe, hold and exhale. This is Nadi Shodhan. Again, there is Ujjayi Pranayama. There is some sound produced through the throat. Again, Surya Vedan. Surya Vedan, I have told that right nostril. Chandra Vedan, left nostril. Again, your Bhramari, you have done it. Shitala Pranayama. If you do Shitala Pranayama, body temperature comes down. Sitkari Pranayama, Kapal Bhati, Bhasrika, Bahya Kumbhak, Anta Kumbhak, Udgiti. There are almost so many permutation combinations. But these are the simple pranayamas. And last thing is that the theory of visualization. It is very effective. You can do anything. Suppose that if you are not getting proper sleep, suppose that you sleep 8 hours and sometimes you are not able to get sleep, go into the technique of visualization for 10 minutes, you will find that your sleep is compensated. It is simple technique, just close your eyes and just relax your body, just start from your toes and mentally say, my toes are relaxed, my knees are relaxed, my thighs are relaxed, my waist is relaxed, my belly is relaxed, my chest is relaxed, my neck is relaxed, my face is relaxed, my head is relaxed, my ears are relaxed, my neck is relaxed, my hands are relaxed, my back side of the body is relaxed, right from the top to the toe and toe to the top, my entire body is relaxed. After 5 minutes, you will go into sleep.
Even if you don't sleep, you will feel
Yes,
as
relaxed.
good as sleep. Particularly very good if you get up in the middle of the night. Yoga Nidra.
Therefore, if you do these 4 or 5 exercises, it will take maximum 10 to 15 minutes. But these are miraculous. And I have tested on myself, on other persons, because I am police, therefore you know that in police department, lots of hypertension, other things, and we conducted lots of times and results were very good. Therefore, again, these are my insights with you, and I hope that you, I have got one YouTube channel also, IPS Bhushan Kumar. I have got one Instagram. Lots of videos are there which I have put on that about relaxation and how to clear the mind, how to control the mind, those things. And you can see that. Again, thank you for listening to me.
Absolutely amazing session, sir. I think we have all in this last 2 hours, we didn't know how the time has passed. Each and every word. Yes.
If anybody has got any question, please.
Any questions or suggestions?
But I actually for last 15 days, I started practicing before going to the sleep. I sit in a Vajrasana, first do the breathing for 10-15 and then slow down your breath and all the lights are off. Then do the Nadi Shodhan Pranayam, and when I lie down, little bit of my body is relaxed, my mind is relaxed, do the auto suggestion, and then inside Gayatri mantra or any mantra you just recite 2-3 times, and by the time you don't know when you go into the sleep, then I'm able to sleep to full 6 hours till my alarm into it. Otherwise, in between I used to have, sometimes I'll get up after 2 hours, sometimes I'll get up after 3 hours. If you do this exercise, you will find that your sleep is absolutely deep, dreamless, and up to the end you are able to sleep. Otherwise, it keeps on getting interrupted in between. So these exercises do help, and definitely no mobile, no TV, particularly Netflix type of a TV, distorted version, abusive language, that disturbs your mind. So those have to be literally switched on. I don't watch any Netflix. Jitne bhi abusive language wale hain, they disturb your mind. So at least 1 hour before you go to the bed, all those have to be switched on. All the negative thoughts, thinking politicians are doing this, Israel is bombing this, all those has to be really go out of your head. And then all the lights are off, neat and clean, sit down, and then within 10-15 minutes, this is my personal experience.
Yes.
Sir, for me, this is a very good reset, like you told us, we switch off and the whole day goes well. But sometimes there are acute episodes where we have to suddenly exercise control. So what do we do in those situations? Do you have exercises?
Yes. See, what happens, according to neuroscience, our brain is a muscle. If we exercise our muscle becomes strong. Therefore, if we do these practices for longer time, that portion of the brain which is related to the reaction becomes strong. And even if there is provocation, then we are able to control ourselves. This is the longer thing. And suppose that if a stress is there continuing, then I have told you that if you practice breathing, you can easily slow down your breathing, nobody will know it. If you slow down your breathing, you will see that your nervous system calms down, or you just do your ear massage. In advance for some time, suppose that I am doing it for a longer period, and I have developed some intuition thing. Therefore, even if I do like this, I have not to do any type of breathing exercise, because my mind has been trained to calm when I massage my upper arm. Now, time is very restricted. If you must have heard some of the Olympic athletes, if you see them, they do some very weird type of things. Somebody pulls that, somebody just, because that is the tuning of the brain. They have been trained, the brain has been trained to behave like that at this instance. Suppose that some athletics do like that. They do this nose press. The moment they press the nose, they go into that mental state. So there are two things. First, we can train our muscle of the brain through longer period. Secondly, through breathing, through ear exercises, we can immediately control our emotions and nervous system. But we have to do it.
Another is a full yogic breathing, where you breathe from the abdomen actually. Most of the time we breathe from the chest. So when you are operating, you are having a stress, just for a minute, if you take a deep breath going up to the abdomen is swelling really well, and then coming to the chest and the skeletal part. And if you can do that, within a few minutes you feel that you are calm down in a few minutes. And second, what we are talking about, that if there is some conflict in the office or wherever it is with the colleagues, so my thought process has been that whether I am smarter, he is smarter than me. If I am smarter than him, I should be able to manage and handle him. So anybody who is disturbing you, troubling you, junior, senior, colleague, wife, partner, anybody, so am I smarter than him or not? If I am not smarter than him, then he is going to control me. So I train my mind and my thought process. If it is like this, how I am going to handle it. If it does this, what I am going to do. So I prepare myself how to handle this guy. So because you can't change your colleagues or somebody who is in the office and constant source of irritation for you. So whether you want to avoid him, you want to handle him, you want to complain him, you want to smile at him, you want to ignore him. So your system has to be in place how you are going to handle that person. Whether it's a neighbor, there may be some constant source of irritants in your life. So how you are going to handle them, you have prepared yourself mentally. This is what I am going to do to overcome this.
Like physical strength comes from physical exercises. Similarly, mental strength comes from mental exercises. These are all exercises which make your mind resilient.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, sir.
So I think excellent session today. I'd like to thank Dr. Bhattacharya sir, Dr. Vanshilal sir, Dr. Prashant and the entire AIOS-ARC for giving us this opportunity and teaching us all these mental exercises. Thank you, sir. Yeah, let's have a photograph before.
Yeah, we'll be there.
Projector.